Hello, welcome to one more lesson. Java development. Sleep, interrupt, and join is our topic for today. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, give us feedback. Well, sleep, interrupt, and join. Welcome to our class. Let's go. I'm already opening my integrated development environment, IntelliJ. We have finished it here. I've just split this screen. First, let's talk about sleep. Sleep is just a method that the thread class offers us to make our thread sleep, so it stays inactive for a certain amount of time that we pass to the parameter of the method, and our thread simply sleeps like that. Let's write here. It's going to be thread.sleep for 5000 seconds. Okay, this method can throw an exception when it gets interrupted. It can get interrupted for a certain reason which we don't know, but if it gets, we have to treat that interruption inside of this block. Okay, we are saying our thread, you have to sleep during 5000 miles, 5000 milliseconds, which means 5 seconds. The time must be specified in milliseconds. So if you come here to the interrupted place, that means your thread was interrupted and you couldn't wait for 5000 milliseconds. And here we're going to print something to our user. Okay, I got interrupted. It's like you are sleeping, then somebody wakes you. You got interrupted and you stop doing everything. So we're going to return simply. Let's start this thread. I'm going to ignore this info here, and what matters to us is to start this thread. What are going to what are going to be the outputs? Okay, let me put something here first. System out, saying I am from the runnable. Print. We should see something here. Let me ignore this console. We should see I am from the runnable first, then it should wait for 5 seconds and print hello developer. This is from overwritten run, and more info that's here from the runnable implementation. Let's run and see. Okay, I'm from runnable, waiting 5 seconds. You can start counting. Hello developer, this is from overwritten run from runnable implementation. And if it waits, we can write something interesting here. After that, we can write, okay, 5 seconds passed successfully. Run it again. I am from 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, hello developer, this is from the overwritten run from runnable implementation. 5 seconds passed successfully. Good. If you want to see more about this method, just hover here and it's going to pop up for you, because the currently execution thread to sleep temporarily cease execution for the specified numbers of milliseconds, subject to the precision and accuracy of system timers and SCAD some operating systems, but technically it waits for 5 seconds. Okay, we may want to interrupt this thread, like, okay, you're doing your stuff and I don't want you to continue to do your stuff. Let me interrupt you. Easy like that. All we have to do is to have a reference to the thread and interrupt. I'm going to run these 2 threads before I interrupt. Oh no, it's not going to run. First 2, okay, because they had the same name. Anonymously runnable is from this thread here, thread from RI. Do you see how working with threads is interesting? We had this output. That thread was waiting for 5 seconds, but we didn't stop. It was executing other tasks. Then hello developer, This is from the overwritten run from runnable implementation. 5 seconds passed successfully. Great. Now let's write hello developer, then interrupt this thread. Here, let's interrupt the thread from RI. Okay. Here we have, I got interrupted. Which thread got interrupted? This one that was waiting for 5000 milliseconds, and you can see it won't reach the next statements because we have interrupted the thread. Let's talk about thread.join. What that means for us. Well, we have two threads. Let me say the left or the first one, the right or the second one. If the first thread is joined to the second one, what's going to happen? The thread is going to execute only if the thread that was assigned to him or joined to him finishes the execution. For example, I will have a thread to retrieve data from database and insert data into the database. I will just execute the thread responsible for retrieving data from the database if there is a data inside of the database. In other words, if the thread responsible for inserting data into the database has terminated its execution. So I'm going to join these two threads. In this case, it could be something like this. I'm here writing hello developer. I'm going to join the thread from RI. Here, thread from RI that join. Good. We have to surround with try and catch. We're just going to execute what's below here, which is hello developer, this statement on line 13, after this thread terminates its execution. You see, surround with try and catch. Here we have joined it, but we can put some outputs to understand what our join means. If you successfully come to this line 14, that means you have waited for the thread from RI, which is the thread that sleeps for 5 seconds. You've waited for it and it terminated with execution successfully. So I'm going to say thread from RI terminated with success. Okay, but if you come to this part, that means you were interrupted and you couldn't wait for the thread from RI to terminate. I got interrupted. Even anonymously, so that we know from where it's coming. I'm from the runnable. Okay, let's see. Hello developer, this is from overwritten run, 5 seconds is passed. Okay, thread from RI terminated with success, of course. Hello developer anonymously runnable. Did you see all the stuff below the statement in the line 13 was executed after this 5 seconds have passed and after the thread from runnable interface terminated. This is interesting to see. If you have any question, you know where to leave your questions. Our lesson finishes here. Please follow us. We have to grow. Thank you.